Hare Krishna. Today Saturday. Now we are six members are there. Very good morning. So our Krishna conscious movement is the topmost of all the movement because it is coming from Krishna and this disciplic succession is continuing. As long as one not deviating from any of the rules and regulations, this disciplic succession will go on without any disturbance. If anybody changes, then the problem arises. Hmm. So, anyone at the present moment, the preacher, you should know how to preach properly. Hmm. According to the time, place, circumstances, we have to preach. Hmm. You cannot think that I know everything, so I go to the last sloka of Bhagavad Gita, Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamyekam Saranam Raja. Abandon all religious principles. All of a sudden, we cannot ask someone, those who got attached to some demigods, you give up all these things and take surrender, take shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Uh, this is not preaching. You may know so many things, but what is to be given to whom? The condition of the person to whom you are speaking, that's very, very important. Without knowing the position of that person, if you're going on telling what all the Krishna conscious principles means, it is no high impact. We are doing something for the benefit of others. We already got benefited by somebody else. We understood something. Now we are in better position. So we have to make others in better position. So we cannot hurt the heart of the audience. Mm. So it so happens in many, many occasions. Mm. So it is very, very important for us to understand others. So for the preacher, he should be able to hear others with tolerance. Without knowing that person's condition, we cannot preach. Preaching is essence. So we have to preach as per the requirement. Otherwise, our preaching has no effect. Mm. So everyone should understand how best I can preach others. Mm. If I preach, the others should get some benefit. Mm. So we cannot show our excellence, our intelligence, our abilities, use all these things to help others. Hmm? If a preacher develops uh, false ego or pride, then he cannot preach. Hmm? Of course, he knows better than the audience, but all these things are due to the mercy of previous acharyas and Krishna. It is not that by birth the person got all these abilities. It is given by somebody else. Now we should also give somebody else, isn't it? So in this way, we should understand, huh? I want to help him, but it is not that I want to show that I am better than him, isn't it? So everyone, they should think that how best I can help others. If you really help one, then Krishna is very much pleased. Huh? He empowers you. No one should take the credit. The credit goes to Krishna only. Huh? Isn't it? So we have to understand preaching is the highest one, but the qualities to be acquired for preaching is also very, very important. Mm. The virtuous qualities he should possess. Once he become proud of his talents, then he is going to fall down. Mm. According to the person we have to preach. You cannot preach anything. Sixth standard lessons we cannot teach to fourth standard student. Mm. So we have to understand where the person stands. Then we have to preach him, isn't it? Father, only if there is some group of people, they invite us to speak something. That time we cannot estimate where the pupil and also what is the conditions. Different people having different levels of understanding. For them, we have to take any sloka from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is general book for all. uh, so that is the just instructions given by Krishna to Arjuna for the we people in Kali Yuga. Any sloka is good for anyone. Bhagavad Gita sloka. That is, we cannot say it is only for this type of people, this race. No, it is common for all the people, learned, not learned, intelligent, dull-minded, rich, poor. For all the people, this is the common. Mm. So this way, when there is congregation people, then we have to take any sloka from Bhagavad Gita and we can preach them. This way, we should understand my this activity is to please Krishna is not for my pleasure. Mm. Preaching is very essential. Huh? Krishna wants preachers. Preacher means changing the heart contents, how to transform their desires. Mm. So those who are really very humble, compassionate, tolerant, obedient, they can take this post. Otherwise not. Mm. If you are puffed up and challenging others, prove that you are better than me, uh, then spiritual life goes. He cannot advance spiritually. Mm. The essence of Prabhupada books lost. Mm. So please try to understand before giving some knowledge to others. You just think of thrice. Huh? Think of thrice and give him whether this message is going to benefit them or not. Huh? We have to give the best thing. Mm. In human life, The best portion of the life is when he is in youth. Hmm? The people, those who are children or say old people, they cannot that much service to Krishna. Hmm? So when they are in youth, they have to utilize all their power, intelligence, strength, uh, everything to maximize the pleasure of Krishna. Afterwards, it's they wish also they cannot accomplish. Just like me also, I was very very smart. I never sit 1 minute also when I was young. Huh? I served lots and lots in Chowpatty, Juhu Temple, uh, and then ISKCON Chennai, then in Vrindavan. But now I cannot do. Even if I wish, I cannot do. Uh, so the best part of human life is youth. When he is in youth, we should not seek for sense gratification. Uh, sense gratification comes on its own, but devotional service never comes on its own. We have to seek devotional service. Those who are young, please understand, don't waste your energy for sense gratification. Use for devotional service. When you become old, then it's not possible. Even if you wish, that's not possible. Physically, we become unfit. Isn't it? Then what is the use? We may have so much desires to do, but we are not. Our body is not conducive for that one. So don't waste time. The preaching is very, very important. So when you are young, try to preach. Preaching process is the best of all the process in devotional service, topmost process. That's one only Krishna also showed to Arjuna. Krishna is the exemplary for the best preacher. Hmm? Sukadeva Maharaj is the exemplary for the best preacher. Like that one, each one of us should become hmm, best preachers. Preaching should help others. Teaching may not be beneficial to others. All the politicians and all taught many good subjects matter, but they are not utilizing them properly. But preaching, one who preached, even if he leaves, the moment he will come back. Today morning I was reading one article. One Prabhu, he did not mention his name. He lost taste in Prabhupada and our ISKCON movement. He left. He become very, very nice. He was doing so nicely in the army. He got so much rewards also. So that time, he completely forgot Prabhupada and devotional service, ISKCON also. One day he was sitting in the army library. He wanted to read some book. He went to the bookshelf and he found one book titled Srila Prabhupada. Then he remembered all his olden days, how he was with Srila Prabhupada. He was direct disciple of Srila Prabhupada. How he was serving. But some or other, they got vexed up. Because of the other devotees, they may not behave with him, means gone. Sometimes it so happens. So our dealings with other devotees also should be very, very nice. Otherwise, We are spoiling their life. Uh, so, after picking up that book, Prabhupada, he went through many, many books. There are so many ISKCON books are there. He thought that, oh, in this area also someone is there, Prabhupada disciple, follower. Then he remembered all and he rejoined ISKCON. Huh? So anything, if you render some service to Krishna and get advanced in Krishna consciousness, Krishna never leaves. Try to serve and advance. That is very, very important. If you don't advance, then Krishna may not show his obligation. Please understand. There should be some fruit. I'm working this, so I have to get something. Getting that is nothing but the mercy of Krishna. Hmm. This way, try to utilize this opportunity. There is no organization like ISKCON. Hmm. Because of Prabhupada, he sacrificed his life. So many millions of people getting benefited by the sacrifice of Prabhupada. Mm. So if one sacrifice like that, so many people they benefited. If all of us sacrifice, then how it will be? huh? At least for these 10,000 years, as predicted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we had to flourish our movement. huh? Isn't it? Try, strive for this movement, advancement, flourishment, spreading, uh, for glorification, to help others. In this way, we should take some oath and do uh, for the benefit of all the people. That way, we can also show our gratitude to Prabhupada and all our gurus in our parampara, all Vaishnavas. Uh, at any cost, don't find faults with others, don't quarrel with others, uh, don't behave, don't misbehave with others. Hmm? Krishna, Krishna is very, very compassionate. He wants to help. Huh? He wants to help all of us. So we should understand. Huh? We should understand that we are all helping Prabhupada. Prabhupada cannot achieve this great things on his own. He needs help also. Mm. If you want to put a board at the top, uh, what can we send that one atop? Can it stands there in the air? Not possible. It needs support. Mm. From earth, we are putting some support posts, and at the top of that post, we are putting that board, signboard. Isn't it? Even that signboard, which is visible to all the people, required support. Mm. When we become support sometime, we will become the signboard one day. Huh? Isn't it? It means what? We are inspiring others. We become exemplary for the rest of the world. Try to support others. Who is helping you? Hmm? But don't develop false ego or pride, hmm? The lust. Mm? So this and all very, very obstacles. Prabhupada is loved by all because he has no lusty desires. One who has lusty desire, he cannot help all. Everybody cannot love him. Please understand. Huh? So, Vaishnava should get rid of all those things. Then only we can advance, otherwise not. For that one, we need to do our sadhana perfectly. Hmm? If we don't do our sadhana, then we cannot achieve those qualities. Huh? Please take our sadhana seriously and help yourself, then after help others also. Mm. This way, one can please Krishna. In turn, Krishna blesses him, he empowers him, mm, accepts him as an instrument. Mm. What is there in our life? Is it nice that I'm maintaining my wife, my children? They have no problem at all. Some or other, I am managing to please my wife, my children. Huh? That's good. Of course, that is good for this lifetime. But we do not know what will be the next life. We may not get even human form. Huh? Isn't it? In human form, anyone who is not doing devotional service to Krishna, he is not better than an animal. Anyone who is not doing devotional service, it is guaranteed that he is not going to get human form in his next life. But even little devotional service one does in this life is assured to get human form in his next life. Uh, So we have to behave differently, differently than animal. We cannot become indifferent to animals. We have to act indifferently, but we should not be become indifferent to animal. Uh, So this way, Prabhupada has given us the golden opportunity to understand the duties of a human being and how to succeed our lives. Uh, So this way, anyone and everyone can take part in this one, in ISKCON organization. Read Prabhupada books, implement them in your life. Then Krishna is there within. You can converse with Krishna. Krishna speaks. Krishna is everywhere. Mm. But our ears cannot hear his voice. Our eyes cannot see his form. Mm. So you have to spiritualize them. If you can spiritualize our body, all our senses become spiritualized. Then we can see Krishna directly. Mm. In a blunt instrument, we cannot do any work. We have to sharpen it. In the same way, this material body is only for the material benefit, not for the spiritual benefit. But if you spiritualize this material body, they can utilize this one for spiritual life also. Mm. Anything that may be material, if once that gets attached to Krishna, the very material thing becomes spiritual thing. This is the tactics. Everyone should understand. We all have only material uh, objects, no problem. Everything is coming from Krishna. But how best we can utilize that is very important. If you connect that one to Krishna, that becomes spiritual. In fact, for a spiritual man, there is no material existence because he always think of Krishna. He always connected to Krishna. So for him, there is no materialism. Huh? We should also develop that way to become a spiritual man. Mm? That is the aim of human life. Otherwise, animals are better. Animals never acts against the laws of nature. We have independence. If you misuse our independence, we break the laws of nature. If you utilize that independence properly, we will also never break any laws of nature. If you don't break the laws of nature, you can elevate further. Otherwise, elevation is very, very difficult. Uh, so, at this moment, being the devotees of ISKCON, we all try to preach properly without having any pride, false ego, credits, attributions, adorners, huh? Titles, rewards, awards. Forget all those things. Keep everything aside. We have to become submissive, surrendered, uh, humble, tolerant, compassionate. Uh, this way, we can become a proper preacher to please Krishna and to help all others. Okay, now I'll stop my giving something about Krishna consciousness. Now I want to hear from you all. Mm? So it is very nice that if you ask some questions, let me try to answer for them. Okay? Yes. Anyone, please? Mm? Who is
Hare
coming?
Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
This this a man of steady intelligence or steady mind person
Yes, yes.
indifferent to both happiness and
Ah,
distress.
ah.
So what is that indifferent means? What it means?
There is no difference. The difference means good and bad. Indifference means it treats good and bad both equal. Is not differentiating. Uh, is equal to both. If something good happening, some people they elate, they become happy. If something goes wrong, then you will become depressed. So he is different. He is different to these two situations. A devotee becomes indifferent, means he is not at all affected when something good happening or something bad happening. He treats both alike. Then he is called in indifference. There is no difference for him. You understand?
Yes, yes.
Different, indifferent. Everybody, normal people, they are happy when something good happening. They become unhappy when something bad happening. But a devotee, he doesn't find any difference if something good happening or something bad happening because Krishna is the cause for all these things. So he is indifferent. He doesn't find any difference. He accepts even if bad things happens, he accepts. Even the good things happens, accepts. Then he is in indifference. Okay?
Uh,
Yes.
okay, Prabhu.
Mm,
But it is natural if,
mm,
for example, temple is conducting some festival like Janmashtami.
yes.
For example, that people's ரொம்ப பேர் வந்து அட்டன் பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னா
Yes.
நேச்சுரலா அவங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் ஹாப்பினஸ் வரும்.
ஆமாம்.
ஸோ இது வந்து ஒரு நேச்சுரல் அந்த ஒரு பாசிட்டிவான விஷயம் வந்தா நேச்சுரலாவே அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஹாப்பினஸ் வர்றது
ம்.
டிஃபரன்ஸ் நேச்சுரலா இருக்குமே அது.
அதே போல ஃபெஸ்டிவல் இல்லை ஆர்டினரி சண்டே ப்ரோக்ராம்க்கு போகும்போது கூட ஃபெஸ்டிவலில் எந்த மாதிரி ஆனந்தம் இருந்ததோ அதே போல ஆனந்தத்தில் இருக்கணும் அப்போதான் இஸ் பிகமிங் இன்டிஃபரெண்ட் அர்த்தம் புரியுதா he cannot get elated when there is Janmashtami festival but he is treating the ordinary Sunday just like ordinary thing no it means that he should be enthused. That enthusiasm should be there in both cases, whether it is Janmashtami or it's ordinary Sunday program. Mm. Then only you can become a pure devotee. Otherwise, not. You should feel indifferent. Huh?
Hmm.
You got the answer?
Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Mm. So, anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Um, Prabhu, can we take flowers from others' garden to give to Krishna? Let me qualify my question, Prabhu.
Yes.
Because actually here shops we get flowers,
Yes.
no problem. But
Mm.
only thing is in shops the flowers are
Expensive.
bread no not expensive, but that also let's say we purchase for Krishna. But they are grown in greenhouse because they don't have any fragrance.
Mm.
They're just manufactured flowers.
Mm.
But in summer here in the gardens of people, natural flowers come with fragrance.
Mm.
But anyway, they just go waste. They don't
Correct.
they're not used.
They don't use
They're
that
just
one.
used for
Yes.
decoration. So, but then when people we take the flower from garden, people are also they're not encouraging because they just want to use it for their pleasure. So sometimes we think, okay, this is a nice fragrant flower. Why don't we take for Krishna and we bring Krishna flowers from garden? So is it okay to do that?
So it is okay in one sense, but it is not okay in another sense. Without the permission of the owner, we cannot pluck the flowers from others' garden.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
So if you can ask them very nicely, how best you are speaking, you should say that the flowers are growing very nicely and it is going waste also, and you are also not getting any benefit. Only temporary pleasure you may have, but for the permanent pleasure, if you can give these flowers to me, I can offer this one to Krishna, then you are also going to get benefited. That benefit is permanent benefit. On behalf of you, we do something service to Krishna using your paraphernalia. So without you doing anything, you are getting mercy of Krishna. Next birth, surely you will not go down. You will elevate. You understand this point? You have to mention them. This is the same techniques Prabhupada used to tell for these people, those who are going to make life members. Life members also, they have money, they do not know how to spend their money. They are not willing to become full-time, they are not willing to become lifetime devotees, sorry. To begin with, Prabhupada asked all the devotees, make others devotees. They tried. All are not willing to become devotees. Then only Prabhupada suggested, if they are not willing to become devotees, better to take something from them and make them life members. Then also we can help them to become eligible to get the mercy of Krishna. Okay. So everything is the way in which we are speaking to others. Dadami Buddhi Yogantam. But without getting the permission and taking the flowers from others' garden, that is also not pleasing Krishna. Krishna is not in want of that fragrant flowers. Please understand. It is for us only, for our cleanliness, for our advancement we are offering. If you can preach, this is the way opportunity given to you for preaching your neighbors. Isn't it? In your garden there is no fragrant flowers. In market there is no fragrant flowers. But your neighbors are having the fragrant flowers. So this is Krishna giving you an opportunity to please them, to preach them. Isn't it? So in such a way that you have to preach that without they are doing any devotional service, they are also getting benefited. They are getting the mercy of Krishna. They are sure to get human form in the next life. It's not nice?
Yes, Prabhu. The
Mm,
only difficulty I was thinking is they don't have concept at all to worship. There is nothing called as
Nothing.
worship.
Yes, correct.
Very difficult.
Very,
Very
very
difficult.
correct. Very, very correct. Many people, they may be atheists also. But they know that if they help others, they are going to get benefited. This is the general justification. If someone is helping others for their need, they in turn get benefited. Isn't it?
Benefited. Yes, Prabhu.
Even to a thief, you go and ask some thief, something, he will give. He will also help you. You understand? So
Yes, Prabhu.
according to the person's position, we have to preach him. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Isn't it? Everybody is there. Everybody is there. Of course, they are children of Krishna only. Yeah, we have to wake them up.
Yes, Prabhu.
They are sleeping in deep sleep.
Mm.
At least this help they can do.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yes,
Try
Prabhu.
next time, you see.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu,
Yes.
like another question, Prabhu.
Yes.
இப்போ நம்ம வந்து ஒரு இப்போ ஒரு கிரகஸ்த லைஃப் இருக்கும்போது நிறைய அதாவது நிறைய ஒர்க் இருக்கு. அதாவது மேபி கார் மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் ஒரு வாஷிங் மிஷின் மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் ஒரு இந்த மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி பர்ச்சேஸ் எல்லாமே இருக்கு. ஸோ அப்படி இருக்கும்போது வென் வி பர்ச்சேஸ் அ ப்ராடக்ட் ஆர் டேக் அ சர்வீஸ் ஃப்ரம் சம்படி, வாட் இப்போ சிச்சுவேஷன்ஸ் எப்படி வருதுன்னா பிரபு, ஒருத்தர் ஒரு ஷாப்ல போயிட்டு ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ரெஜிஸ்டர்டு டீலர் எல்லாமே இருக்கு, பட் அவங்க வந்து இப்போ பில் வந்து பண்ணுவாங்க பர்ஃபெக்டா. ஸோ அப்படி இருக்கும்போது சேம் குவாலிட்டி ஆஃப் ப்ராடக்ட் அவங்க கிட்ட ஒரு 10,000-15,000 எக்ஸ்ட்ரா இருக்கும். பிகாஸ் லெட்ஸ் சே வேட் இருக்கு, டாக்ஸஸ் இருக்கு, எல்லாமே இருக்கு. ஸோ நம்ம பட் நிறைய இடத்துல வந்து அதே ப்ராடக்ட் அதே குவாலிட்டி பட் வித்தவுட் டாக்ஸ் வந்து அவங்க தருவாங்க. அது வந்து நம்ம கிட்ட டைரக்டா சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க. அவங்க என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க, பரவாயில்ல எங்க கிட்ட வாங்க சீப்பா கிடைக்கும் பட் கேஷ் கொடுத்துருங்க அப்படின்னு. பட் ஒரு இக்னோரண்டா இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு பார்த்து வாங்கிடுவாங்க. பட் நம்மளுக்கு தெரியுது அது கேஷ் அவங்க ஏன் வாங்குறாங்கன்னா they are not going to pay taxes, so they are able to give cheaper product for the same product for cheap price. So நம்ம இப்ப தெரியுது இவங்க வந்து கேஷ் எடுக்கிறாங்க பட் they will not pay taxes to government. So அந்த மாதிரி சர்வீசஸ் அக்செப்ட் பண்ணலாமா பிரபு? ஏன்னா நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு 10,000-15,000 சேவ் ஆகும்னு நம்ம வாங்கிட்டு வந்துருவோம். பட் அந்த மாதிரி பட் நம்மளுக்கு நாலேஜ்
what you expect if you buy one gadget from your shop, what you expect? You want some guarantee, isn't it? Some guarantee. If it doesn't work, you have to get it repaired, isn't it? If these people, those who are accepting cash, and they can also provide that service after sales, there is nothing wrong for you to give cash and buy it. Of course, you are doing for Krishna. But you are not going to get caught. You are going
Yes,
to
Prabhu.
save some money. You are going to do for Krishna service. Isn't it? The
Yes,
same
Prabhu.
thing, if you are going to have the bill and paying more, in which way you are pleasing Krishna? In which way you are not displeasing Krishna if you give cash? You are getting
It's
the thing,
mm,
gasket, and
mm,
then after sales also what all the service to be obtained, that you are going to
mm.
obtain from both. Then
Yes, Prabhu.
unnecessarily why you want to give more money? That money you can save and use in the
Save. Yes,
service
Prabhu.
of Krishna.
Okay,
Is
Prabhu.
it?
Yes, Prabhu.
At any cost, you are not going to get caught by the
Mm.
government.
No.
Isn't it? Then
Mm.
why unnecessarily we are doing that one?
Okay, Prabhu.
Uh, we cannot think this is
Mm.
not proper way because they are
Mm.
doing something wrong. Of
Mm.
course, they are doing something wrong,
Mm.
but we are not going to do something wrong. We are going to do for the best
Mm.
of the ability. That is to serve Krishna.
Mm.
Isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes,
Mhm.
Prabhu.
So there is nothing
Of course,
wrong.
the consciousness should be that let's say 10,000 is I'm saving
S-
10,000 by
For
not by giving in cash. Then I
mm,
will utilize that money in service of Krishna.
Krishna, yes,
Yes. Yes.
that is thing. You are not going to put in your personal account,
Yes,
isn't
Prabhu.
it? You are
Yes, Prabhu.
doing everything for Krishna. In Krishna
Mm.
consciousness, there is no right and wrong. If you
Mm.
do for your personal one, then we have to consider all
Personal.
these points.
Yes, yes, Prabhu. So if you
Uh,
are doing personal gains, so it's better to pay taxes because then at least then that money it is utilized for others, at least material needs in a way. Because number of sense, because many people try to avoid this black or go for black money because
mm,
they want to save for their sense pleasure and for their family and etc. That is the predominant needs, no, Prabhu. In
Sorry,
society,
I didn't get you.
people avoid paying
Uh,
taxes
yes,
basically to save money for
yes,
themselves,
for
but
their
they are not
sense
utilizing in Krishna's
gratification. Yeah,
sense gratification.
yes. So that
But
is
in this,
absolutely wrong.
that is wrong.
Their
Yes, that is wrong.
mentality is absolutely wrong.
Wrong. Yes, Prabhu. Mm.
Uh,
Yes.
because they have to face
Mm.
the consequence. They are doing some sense gratification means they have to pay the price. Huh?
Mm. Yes,
Isn't
Prabhu.
it? For
Mm.
in this
Yes, Prabhu.
material world, if you are getting some pleasure means it is not freely available. Please understand.
Mm.
You
Mm.
have to pay the price. You are enjoying your wife. You are begetting your children. After getting children, it is
Mm.
over. You have to
No,
bring
Prabhu.
them up. How much you are
Mm.
spending, this and all, you are paying price.
Mm.
Huh? Nothing in
Yes,
this
Prabhu.
material world is freely available.
Mm.
If you want to enjoy, first give that enjoyment to Krishna. In turn, you will get back the enjoyment. That is the real enjoyment without
Yes,
paying
Prabhu.
any price for that.
Mm.
That is the law of nature in this material world.
Mm.
Isn't it?
Yes,
You
Prabhu. Yes,
cannot
Prabhu.
use for the same thing you are going to use. No, after you are offering
Mm.
something to Krishna, Krishna is not
Mm.
taking everything. He is
Mm.
removing the sins in that and making
Mm.
that pure and giving you back only.
Yes, Prabhu.
Huh? It's
Yes,
not
Prabhu. Yes,
nice.
Prabhu. Yes, very nice, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
for the
Mm.
pleasure of Krishna, we can. For the pleasure of Krishna, Arjuna
Mm.
shot Bhishma and Drona.
Drona. Yes, Prabhu.
Huh?
Mm. Yes,
Yes.
Prabhu.
The ultimate thing
Mm.
is to please Krishna.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu, one question,
Yes.
one more, Prabhu.
Yes, yes.
Prabhu, actually, yesterday was disappearance day of Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Yes.
When we read about Bhaktivinoda Thakur's personal deities, for example, he worshipped Gaur Gadadhar.
Okay.
And then also in Yoga Peeth also installed deities of Gaur Gadadhar.
Mm.
So I want to understand our acharyas have worshipped Gaur Gadadhar, but why, for example, in ISKCON we are not installing any Gaur Gadadhar deities? Prabhu,
You
separately.
see, everything, the preaching is done according to time, place, circumstances,
Hmm.
isn't it? Gaura is Radha and Krishna.
Hmm.
Gadadhar is Radharani,
Radharani, yes, Prabhu.
isn't it?
Hmm. Yes, Prabhu.
But both are there. They are even Gaudiya people, they were worshipping like that one.
Hmm.
But all of a sudden there was a break. After
Hmm.
Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaja, there was some
Hmm.
break. Bhakti Siddhanta
Hmm.
Maharaja was not happy. He never
Hmm.
expected that would come. Such a situation would come like that. He never expected. So he was fully dissatisfied, and he
Hmm.
revealed his heart to Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Hmm.
So that is the turning point. It
Hmm.
means that there should be some change required.
Hmm. Hmm.
So the change must be done by only Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Because
Hmm.
he is going to bring something new one, na? He's
Hmm.
going to Western countries
Hmm.
and he has to preach. For
Hmm.
preaching, this Nityananda is familiar than
Hmm.
this Gadadhar Pandit.
Gadadhar Pandit. Hmm.
Okay?
Hmm.
And then Nityananda Prabhu is elder to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Hmm.
So Nityananda Prabhu, he helped Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in preaching.
Hmm.
You know, Gadadhar Pandit is Radharani. When
Hmm.
he was in childhood, he tried to escape from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You know
Hmm.
that?
No, no, Prabhu, you can
Yeah,
narrate it, Prabhu.
because Gadadhar
Hmm.
Pandit always shameful. He's shy. He's feeling shy. And
Hmm.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always criticizes Gadadhar Pandit. If Gadadhar Pandit at a distance looks Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will deviate
Hmm.
his way.
Hmm.
He doesn't come to
Hmm.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Hmm.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always joking,
Hmm.
just like Krishna joking Radha Rani.
Hmm.
Hmm? Isn't it? So
Yes,
that
Prabhu.
character is there. That's why Gadadhar Pandit was not that much helping in preaching. Gadadhar
Hmm.
Pandit was given the charge of to worship this.
Tota
What is it?
Gopinath. Tota
Tota,
Gopinath.
Tota Gopinath,
Hmm.
isn't it?
Yes.
And he
Yes.
recites Chaitanya, sorry, recites Mahabhagavatam very, very,
Hmm.
very nicely.
Hmm.
But Nityananda Prabhu is very, very good as per his name, Nitya Ananda. He
Hmm.
makes others also happy. That's why Prabhupada thought our movement requires preaching.
Preaching. Hmm.
So he kept Nityananda with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Okay. So
Huh?
Prabhupada introduced.
Yeah. This is
Yes.
very,
Yes.
very important. Nityananda, far as Gadadhar Pandit is also okay, but
Hmm.
primarily we need Nityananda. Without
Nityananda
Nityananda
Prabhu.
also we cannot get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hmm.
Prabhupada many times he mentioned this point also.
Hmm.
Huh? Because of Nityananda Prabhu only, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forgave Jagai and Madhaya also.
Hmm.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
So Nityananda Prabhu is more important here.
Hmm.
That's why Prabhupada introduced this one. Even
Gaurnita.
Gaudiya Math we
Hmm.
cannot find. Radha Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is only there. They don't
Hmm.
keep even Nityananda.
Hmm.
Huh? That is that
Hmm.
time it was like that one.
It was like that.
But
Yes,
at
Prabhu.
present we need Nityananda. So
Hmm.
in Pachatattva also we have Nityananda.
Nityananda Prabhu.
We
Yes.
include
Hmm.
even Gadadhar also.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yesterday Gadadhar Pandit's disappearance day also.
Disappearance also. Yes, Prabhu. Yes,
Both
Prabhu.
personalities disappearance day.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Mhm. So according to the time, place, circumstances, we need to bring the change. But only acharyas can do, we cannot do. Now Prabhupada very strongly, evidently you told that one for 10,000 years, he is the only acharya. No one can change it. Any setup
Change
that
it.
made by Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
Prabhu, one last question related to this, Prabhu.
yes,
Prabhupada books are enough, and Prabhupada said everything I need I have given in my
yes.
books. But he also had told, I think, one of his disciples to translate Jaiva Dharma in English. So he asked to publish, BBT has published the Jaiva Dharma book, for example.
I'm
So my
not.
question is,
I'm not
yes, Prabhu.
aware of this, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhu.
Only you could
Mm,
not finish this Bhagavatam, the final
mm,
cantos, the part of
mm.
10th canto, 11th and 12th. That
12th.
only he
Okay.
gave charge to Hridyananda Prabhu and all.
Mm,
But I don't know
mm.
about this Jivadaya, what you are telling. If you can
Jaiva
send
Dharma,
me, that is, if
I
you
will
can
send you
send
the.
a reference.
Yes, Prabhu, I'll send.
And
Mm,
Bhanu Maharaj also once asked by someone, son of us, some
mm,
of the
mm,
devotees, Bhanu Maharaj, you are
mm,
writing so many books. If Prabhupada wrote so many books, is that
mm,
Prabhupada asked you to write all these books?
mm,
Then Bhanu
mm,
Maharaj replied,
mm.
what he
No,
replied?
Prabhu, I don't. I don't know,
No,
Prabhu.
Prabhupada did not ask me to write, but on my own I am writing.
Mm,
But I don't know this
mm,
Jaivadaya you are talking about, that
mm,
Prabhupada, if he told that I have given everything that you need,
mm,
perhaps Jivadaya may not be needed. Huh?
mm,
This the
mm,
question
mm.
arises, no?
Yes,
That's why
Prabhu.
he
Mm,
asked that devotee to compile that book.
mm,
Jivadaya also,
mm,
he hither and thither, Prabhupada
mm.
mentioned in all his puppets.
Yes, yes.
But you better to
Mm.
send that reference for my
Yes,
own
Prabhu, I'll
knowledge.
send, Prabhu.
Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes,
It
Prabhu.
is the
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhupada's words that he asked.
Yes, Prabhu. Because that book was published when Prabhupada was there only, Prabhu. BBT Jaiva Dharma. It was
Acha,
translated from Bengali.
in
Yes,
presence
Prabhu.
of
From Bengali,
Prabhupada.
it was Yes, Prabhu. It was translated from Bengali to English,
No, it
basically.
was compiled by whom?
Bhakti
Bengali.
Vinod Thakur, Prabhu.
Bhakti
Bengali was
Vinod.
composed by. Yes,
Acha.
Bhakti Vinod. Yes,
It
Prabhu.
is not Prabhupada books.
No, no, it is not Prabhupada book, Prabhu.
Acha.
Mm.
So the devotee must be that Bengali
Mm.
devotee.
He was a Bengali devotee, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Ah.
Mm.
So Bhakti Vinod Thakur's book wanted to be written in English.
English,
Mm.
yes, Prabhu.
At the time of Prabhupada means that's good.
Mm.
Hmm?
Mm.
Correct. He himself told means it's good because he might not find time to translate that one. That's
Mm.
why he might have asked the devotee to do that service.
Mm. Yes,
Hmm?
Prabhu.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank
Okay,
you.
Prabhu.
Thank you.
Better you send that reference also.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So anyone else? Hmm? No one wants? Bhaktarupa, you are coming once in a week and not asking any question. Even last week you were not here, you were in Coimbatore. Leaders and all, they should find the opportunity to ask.
Sorry, Prabhu, he got a call in another phone, Prabhu. So he went.
So this is Maya sticks. Okay, you can ask Mataji otherwise to help your husband.
Yesterday in our apartment, Prabhu, one Mataji's
Yes.
family, the husband, like all of a sudden he had to be admitted in the hospital because he
Uh-huh.
was feeling pain in the chest.
Okay.
So she lost her, the wife lost her balance, and
Mm,
she couldn't bear that news that all of a sudden
mm,
husband developed
mm,
massive heart attack. He was admitted, taken to
mm,
ICU and all that, Prabhu. But
mm, mm,
um, however, we told her that you can just pray to God. That much only we could tell her.
mm,
But more than that, the reality, if they start to see, then they can face that circumstance. Like initially, when you were starting the class,
mm,
Srinath Prabhu's question, you were telling that indifferent,
mm,
whether it is happiness or distress,
mm.
if the devotee is able to see
Tolerate
the
to see
situations alike.
equally.
So, for such kind of people, how to reach out to? I mean, we know that no, this particular thing everybody has to face some way or the other. But
Mm,
when that Mataji is going, she's not able to bear that situation at all. She lost
mm,
control, and
mm.
she was highly devastated by that.
So now
So
also
how
you
to
now also
um,
we are facing the corona problem. What the
uh,
final decision they made? We are not having the power to withstand the virus, isn't it? Our diet has some shortcoming, so we cannot withstand, isn't it? So this is the true.
yes,
The
Prabhu.
virus and all, this is invisible but more powerful than us. Even just we are aware of the mosquitoes. If the mosquito comes and gives problem, you will never sleep throughout the night, isn't it? So the duty of a human being is just to learn laws of nature, huh? The aim of life. Dhiras tatra na muhyati. Everyone should become dhira. If they don't become dhira, then how much this women is the exemplary for that. Huh? This is if one person is suffering means he has forgotten the truth. That's why he is suffering. There is no necessary for anyone to suffer if he is aware of all the things. Huh? She enjoyed her life, but she never bothered to learn the truth. That's why now she is suffering. You understand? Why this Bhakta Prahlada told that we had to do devotional service from the tender age of 5. Huh? Nowadays, you see the TVs come, they completely spoil the behavior of children. Huh? When I was child, while getting up also, parents would say, better to play Krishna. In radio also, Vande Mataram, and then Bhakti Ranjini. So many devotional activities are there early in the morning. Nowadays, that and all not available. Huh? If a person is suffering, means this is due to his own mistake. That's why we are telling all the human beings they should learn these things. Huh? Who am I? From where I come? Where I'm going? What I'm supposed to do? Huh? If they don't do all these things, it's very, very difficult. Hmm? Now, she is the exemplary now. Huh? One day we have to give up our body. Of that, there is no wonder. But how you are going to give up our body, that is important. Huh? Isn't it? Peacefully also one can give up his body. Otherwise, with the tremendous pain, intolerable pain. Huh? So we cannot even see the person, how he is facing the problem. This and all due to our ignorance, our negligence. Huh? So that's why this Bhagavad Gita is really, really important for your human being. If the person is not going through Bhagavad Gita, his life is mere waste. Hmm? She cannot even listen to anyone, but we have to pray for her because she is our neighbor. Huh? No one can stop what is destined to happen, isn't it? So we have to learn all these things before that situation arises. Ignorance has no, can anyone fill up?
Bliss.
No
Excuse.
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 Yes, no one can excuse that. But if you say I'm ignorant of that, means no, 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 no. Ignorance is not having any excuse. We cannot excuse you. That is your duty to know that one. Remaining ignorant is also offensive. Huh? Huh? So in this situation, what we do normally, we go and do some kirtan. Huh? Because in that situation, she cannot hear any words of yours. Even Krishna comes, then also they cannot. Isn't it? This is they got greatly disappointed.
Yes,
Uh,
Prabhu. Sorry.
Without their
Chanting.
expectation, they wouldn't have thought that this will come, it will happen. They never thought. Unexpectedly.
Yes,
Huh?
yes,
This way,
yes,
unprecedentedly it happened. So they cannot tolerate. Isn't it?
yes.
So we had to learn it before. That's why we are telling no, die before you die. Huh?
Mm.
At least from that Mataji, others should learn so much lessons. And you have to take this initiation to preach them all. We cannot expect that everybody will give up their body while sleeping. In the morning, we will find that peacefully the person has left his body. That's not possible, isn't it? So, as a
Yes.
human being, we have to learn. Dharmam hi esam adhiko vishesho. Dharmam hi hina pasubhi samana. They are just like animals. So we can do kirtan for them and we have to preach them. Huh? Only Krishna can help. How he can also help her? If she is not ready, she neglected all the time, isn't it? So this is very, very important. Learn from others also. Even the non-devotees can preach you. The women is preaching now. Huh? I missed uh, learning all these things, scriptures of the. I miss the learning the scriptures. At least now you people learn scriptures. She has to tell. So you have to inspire her. Hmm? So other
Yes,
than
Prabhu.
this one, we cannot do anything. Huh? This is not her peaceful time to hear also you. Hmm? So
Yes,
how
Prabhu.
he is now? How is that person
Prabhu,
now?
I got a call, so he is out of the ventilator and he
Acha.
has come back to consciousness.
So that is improving.
He's improved, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. At least now you people can preach her. Huh?
Yes.
Anything
Yesterday I was
can
chanting.
anything can happen unprecedentedly. Huh?
Yeah.
We have to face
See what
everything.
uh, Prabhu, in the at least in the modern age, people are
Mm,
less interested in
mm.
understanding the spiritual topics,
Because of
understanding
the
Bhagavad Gita.
media, social media, the TV is only spoiled. Huh? Radio spoiled 25%. TV spoiled 150%. Huh?
Now internet, WhatsApp, and all this YouTube will
Uh,
spoil more. So,
yes.
what is the best way to give Krishna consciousness.
You see, this is already fixed. Kali Yuga, influence of Kali Yuga and Kali, already fixed. All the time, three more are the fixed. In additional to that one, Kali influence is there. So we cannot change the environment. Please understand. We cannot change the influence of the Kali Yuga. If a intelligent person wants to get rid of all these influences, he should think himself how best I can change myself. We cannot change this environment, the time, but we can change our own karma, our own activities. By that, we can overcome the influence of Kali Yuga also. It is not that Krishna is not that much cruel that no one can get rid of this influence of Kali Yuga. Hmm? Isn't it? Krishna is such a compassionate person that even in this horrible condition also he is giving some uh, point. Uh, you can get out this also from this influence also. Isn't it? So how we can do? We can become Krishna conscious. Chant his holy names, follow four regulative principles, only honor Krishna Prasadam, read books about Krishna compiled by Krishna devotees. These are all very, very important. Nothing else going to help. Even they may be millionaire, billionaire, that money is not going to help them. Huh? So you have to take that opportunity to preach them. Okay? Anything you want to know apart from this?
No, Prabhu. So we're just trying to find out what is the best way to give Krishna consciousness.
Yes.
Sometimes he doesn't people understand or people not interested. Sometimes kirtans.
They
Sometimes
may
so like
not
that.
understand. You see, they may not understand because you have no power to make them to understand. You have some shortcoming such way that you unable to make them understand. So you should depend upon Krishna. You pray Krishna to empower you. You understand? We cannot attribute the charge to them. They may not listen to me. That is, you are attributing charge to them. Instead, you say that I have no that much mercy of Krishna to make you to listen to me. So now you go to Krishna, pray Krishna, Krishna, I unable to help your children. If you can help me, in turn I can help them. Please empower me so that I can help your own children. You tell them they are your children. I want to help them. Hmm? At present situation, I cannot help them. If you kindly empower me. Prabhupada also told, no, I don't know how to go left or right or front or back. If you want to make me to dance, I'm ready to dance, but I don't know how to dance. You make me to dance. The same situation for all events. Pray Krishna. Then Krishna will help definitely.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So within 1 minute I will come back. I'll just change that recording. Hare Krishna, sorry. Within 1 minute I will come back.